What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to Streamcast, a show on the internet where we watch the latest and greatest stuff on streaming services with you guys. I'm one of your hosts, Eddie, along with my bro, the inverted gamer himself, as handsome as Thor himself, Sheps. How's it going, bro?
That's quite the compliment. I wasn't expecting that. You've actually thrown me for a loop.
You're like, oh my god, what do I
I've
say?
known you for over a decade, and that might be the nicest thing you've ever said, which is so weird.
Had to get it on camera so people don't say he hated him
Wait,
at your
is this
murder
going up
trial.
on the FPN or on the OnlyFans?
This, we should probably put it up on the OnlyFans as well, shouldn't we? Yeah.
Anyway, what are we watching today?
Today we're talking about what if Thor were an only child. That's right. It's a whole. It's continuing our series of watching all the what if movies. Not been too impressed personally with the what ifs that's been coming on.
We both agree that the Doctor Strange was a highlight. By far would have fit in anywhere with any other of these like animated stuff. Yeah. But the rest,
This one had by far the most cameos in it.
It did have a lot of cameos.
Just a lot of people from all over the MCU that you see, and you're like,
How did you feel about this episode?
I did like it.
So I liked it, but nothing happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed seeing all the cameos, except Drax, who's always a letdown. By the way, I'm sure that actor's very talented, but just not the guy for Drax. And I just feel like it was kind of fun, but I could have spent that time not watching it as well. Do you know what I mean?
It was so strange. It was so strange. I was like, I mean, it was just okay. Like, there was nothing, like, I didn't want to. I usually, like, when I watch something that's cool, I'm compelled to write about it on Twitter. I'm like, yes, guys, this was happening. This was really awesome.
Or in movies, whenever we would go watch, like, when we went to see Endgame and Infinity War and stuff, we were like, because we're kind of like that, we get invested, like, loud about it, like, not like obnoxious, but like, oh, you know,
this it was like,
it was solidly okay all the way through, which in a weird way might not be good.
Yeah, it doesn't make an impression, so it's like...
it's almost forgettable. Yeah.
But, bro...
Yes!
We're here today to talk about streaming services and streaming movies and shows and stuff like that. But before we do that, we have one group of people to thank.
That's right.
A very special group of people. People that keep the lights and the mics on and all the streaming services going here at Conversations and the FPN. The flagship
show. Flagship.
These guys, Tyler tried to claim that they are the place to watch, to talk about the latest and greatest shows.
Tyler's an idiot.
He used our words as well.
He spends his time upside down. All the blood's rushed to his head. What this really is like an old school boat. Like, think like the frickin' thing that Jack Sparrow turns up in the first time, and down in the bilges is you and me with buckets trying to keep our fingers to like plug the holes and then upstairs is James, Tyler, Ethan, Gerg just bucketing water back in. Motherfrickers. But we're trying to keep it afloat for you guys.
For you guys, with all of this great content and 20 minutes of black screen at the end. Tune in for that. But we have some special people that do help us along with our efforts to keep this place afloat. And those people are Diogo Dildo, Isak the Ultimate Cumsock, Carolter of Rivia, aka Catspud the Friendly Patron, Record Friction, Jeremy Renner, that's right, an official Avenger, Martin Scorsese's Master H. Barts 12, the Super Sus Ben Fryer, the Star Wars Encyclopedia Adam Sunling, the Filth of Ether Fanatic Joe McCormack, my Juicy Lefner, the Super Sexy Producer Sean, and Kevin the #1 Simp. Of Xbox. Thank you guys so much for keeping the lights and mics on and the streaming services going here at the FPN.
That's right. And by the way, because we didn't say it, we were having so much fun ripping on those four pathetics. No, pillars, sorry.
That's the word, that's the word. Yeah, I heard the same thing right there. I heard you say it for the first time.
Those incredible people are over on patreon.com/conversations where you can join over 50 people that support us if you wanted to, because you like good content. If you like supporting shit content, then stay with the other guys, you know? If
you want to hear how Tyler does a podcast by himself and James doesn't turn up every week, then you can support them over at As Always, but I'm just saying, we do better content over here.
It's true.
I mean, the guys, Jesus Christ.
It's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's kick it off, guys, with what if Thor were an only child?
Yeah.
So it starts off, obviously, laying out the fact that they would. Sorry, it starts off. They're in as the way that Thor 1 begins.
Yeah, the RV in the middle of the desert. Yeah,
Exactly. RV in the middle of the desert, and they're like detecting cosmic stuff.
the enriched neutrinos are surpassing the mega ultra waves.
Those words.
The yield curves have inverted.
Those things there. Those things there. And it's Darcy and Jane Foster.
That's
in
right.
there. And as they're talking, they notice like all their equipment starts lighting up.
Yeah.
And then you see a streak of light cross the sky. Doesn't land near them.
No.
It lands in Las Vegas.
Yes, it does.
And you see in the light some shadowy figures, and they're like, citizens of Midgard. It's like, your lives are about to come to an end.
Your boring lives are about to come to an
that's
end.
it.
Yeah.
It's like, get ready to party, because that's
Yeah.
the beginning of their
That's
great
right.
lives. And Thor comes out with his gang, and they're ready to party. They got
Yeah.
beer in hand and
Yeah.
everything. This seems great. It seems awesome.
It's pretty cool.
We cut back to Asgard, and this is sort of like moments before he arrived.
Yeah.
And it's Odin going off into the deep Odin sleep.
Yes.
We've seen that once before in
We did see it
Dark
before, yeah.
World.
Yeah.
And was
The
it
best.
Dark World?
I think it was
No,
the
no,
best.
it was the first one. Sorry,
What? Yeah, it was.
it was
Yeah,
the first one.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
it was the first one. But that was when he was injured. So, does he just do this periodically? Is that what that is?
Mate, guy needs a nap.
Guy is like, bruv, I'm too busy checking out all the 9 realms,
Right.
and the whole of Yggdrasil.
Which, by the way, serious question: is the 9 realms 9 planets? Because they always talk about like Midgard and it's Earth.
It's a solid question. I think in Norse mythology it is actually just planets.
Yeah, like realms.
But it doesn't really work when you put it into the MCU where
Right.
there are planets and universe and stuff.
yeah, it's odd, isn't it?
It doesn't really
weird.
mesh together.
It's kind of weird.
But they're like, fuck it, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So yeah, he goes to sleep. I like sleep, my husband.
I love how
sleep.
immediately she's like, "Yeah, he's asleep. I'm off. I'm going out with the girls."
Straight away. She was like, well, I'll be heading off to my sister's for the summer solstice.
All right.
And she, okay,
Mum.
all right. And she's like, when I'm gone, you have to be good. Remember, don't do anything that I wouldn't do. I do terrible things, so don't do as I do. No parties, no nothing like
No
that.
parties. You're gonna rule the 9 realms, so you need to study.
You're the new king of Asgard right now. You have to
Right,
to
you're the
study.
acting king. Yeah.
And it's like, oh, of course, mother, of course. It's like no parties, and they go, oh,
Do you know what's
never
really
do
annoying
anything
is how
like
good
that.
it is. Chris Hemsworth, isn't it?
Yes.
He's so good at playing that original douche Thor.
Yeah.
Because by the end of it, Thor's voice has somewhat changed.
Yeah.
Where it's more conversational. And in this, it's that, like, bellowing douchebag prince. Like, Mother!
Mother, I would not.
You doubt me, Mother? You know?
How dare you
Right.
die from my breast? Was he saying that?
I don't even know, bruv.
But
But it's so weird hearing him do Thor 1
Yeah.
so, again,
yeah,
which is just, I don't know, it's funny.
it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, she goes, be careful because Heimdall will be watching you at all times.
Yeah.
Cut to Heimdall. Watching all the
It's
way
kind
from
of
the edge
creepy.
of the...
It's very much the creepy retelling of Santa. He sees you when you're sleeping. He sees when you're awake. Oh, God.
And he's just
Heimdall,
like,
can I get 5, maybe 10 minutes? I need some private time, please.
I need to head to the bathroom. Do you mind not
Imagine puberty on Asgard, you know? Or worse, what if it's Heimdall and he can't turn it off? He's like, oh, God, this next like season of pubescent teens.
That's a horror, isn't it? That's the worst gift
can't
to
get rid of
have. Oh,
Can't get rid of it.
But he's like, oh god, Heimdall's watching and whatnot. Anyway, mother goes off. Immediately, however, he goes to his friends and they devise a plan to go to another realm so they can have their party somewhere so boring and so insignificant that
Right.
Heimdall won't even be watching.
True.
Midgard.
Midgard.
There you go. Yeah. The most boring of all the realms.
That's
the
right.
place we live. Yeah. And he sets up a banger party.
He does. When do we
Things
get the flashback? Isn't
Uh,
it? I thought it was before here.
Oh, the flashback, what the Watcher
in my
tells.
note, you see, that's the thing. In my notes, it was the Watcher brought us up to adult Thor, and then we see Odin going to sleep.
It might have been around then. Do you want to lay it out?
It was before he sort of gets back to Midgard. Before he comes back, we do
Yeah.
see that flashback, and then it's the whole like, what if one act changed the world? And instead of taking Loki back when Odin finds him, he returns him to
Laufey's son?
Laufey's
Yeah.
or Laufey.
Laufey. I think it's-
because
Yeah,
Loki
that's
is Laufey's son.
That's like his title
Yeah,
name. Whatever.
because Thor's Thor Odinson.
Yeah.
So he returns him to King Laufey, and like party on, Garth. You know, like it goes on, and Thor grew up to be the exact same douche.
Yeah, the way the Watcher was saying it, as if it like, and without the jesting of his brother to keep him occupied, he grew up to be
Exactly the same. The exact same guy. They're trying to make him sound douchier here.
Yeah,
Which
yeah, I
he is
guess.
more of like a party boy. Although the old Thor, the original Thor that we saw, was less party, more I'm going to go and kill everything because I'm bored.
Yeah, he
And-
was like, I'll take this shit out, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to go fight the biggest stuff I can fight because I'm bored. And this guy's like, I'm going to party because I'm bored. Like, two sides to the same douche coin, innit?
Yeah.
And then we come back to like Midgard, and
The
we're back
parties
on Earth.
started to rage on.
Frickin' Padme and Darcy arrive.
Padme and Darcy.
And she shows him
Padme.
an iPad or something, and she's like, your energy signature or something was relevant to this thing.
Yeah.
And this planet died. Did you blow up a planet?
Yeah, she's proper like, were you at this thing? And he recognizes, like, oh yes, Astral so-and-so. Yes,
Yeah.
great party.
That's definitely not Thor's voice.
That's definitely his voice. You can play that clip right next to mine and you'd be like, oh, Thor? Two of them? What?
I'm getting an echo.
Getting an echo here for some reason. Yeah, and she says, like, that planet was destroyed. Before he really gets to, like, confirm or deny anything, he just sort of gets distracted.
It gets taken away almost.
Gets taken away,
Yeah.
exactly. The Grand Master is there in the party as well. He's eating cake in the background.
There's a bunch of cameos.
A lot of great cameos here. We got to see the fake Drax. We got to see
Fake Drax,
Korg
Howard
in
the
the
Duck,
background.
Korg,
Yeah.
the Kree?
The
No,
Kree are there. Yeah.
Kree,
He's like, you do me, you do me, you do me. Oh, you all just get me, don't you?
right. It's pretty, in a weird way, it's really good. Also,
Yeah.
like, the Ravagers are there.
Yes, they are.
Freaking Yondu's there.
Yondu.
Although no Quill.
There was a guy towards the end which looked like Quill. He was wearing an outfit. It was right at the moment where like he was telling everyone to clean up. They were all like, "Oh, we'll just turn away."
I
and
saw that too, but
and
I
I was
wasn't
like,
sure.
"Is that him?" Because it wasn't like flamboyant in any way. It was
Also,
just like a regular
we
guy.
straight up see Yondu's face. So why not Peter Quill?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. It's odd, but we basically everyone's the gold chicks from the second Guardian. Is it second Guardians or the third one? Is there three?
Second one. No,
Are there three? Are there three?
no, three's coming.
Three's coming.
Three's coming. That's why we're thinking of it.
That's
Second
right.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
Second one.
Oh no, because the gold people are at the beginning of 2 in it.
Yeah.
Cool. Also, I'm gonna say I'm learning a lot of stuff about me and alien chicks. Turns out gold aliens, I'm down.
What about the alien at the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, the big tentacle thing that was going
my
on?
favorite actor again. Look, she's back in. She's done 2 or 3 appearances in What If.
Mate, that...
I mean,
you
she's
picked
a
well.
hard-working girl, isn't
You
it?
picked well. You
She's a
picked well.
hard-working girl.
The assets on her. Yeah, so he's fascinated by the iPad and
Yeah.
calls Jane Foster. Well, it's like, wow, if you've done this, it would have taken people a
He's-
lifetime to do this
He
on
assumes that
Asgard.
she made the iPad.
Exactly. You must be a genius.
Yeah.
And immediately she's like, oh, well, I'm not saying I'd be a genius.
I mean, she is a genius.
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
that's the thing. He calls her stuff that she's like, "Well, I am those things." I didn't, but she never gets said didn't make the iPad.
I'm not gonna say
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
That. And she immediately falls semi like for him.
That's one thing I am kind of liking about What If.
Yeah.
That there is this kind of underlying theme that, almost in a Disney sense, that like true love always knows true love, and that Thor and Loki always become brothers.
Yeah.
We saw that in this one. Thor and Jane always end up together. Strange, and I forget that chick's name, always are in love, you know? Like,
Yeah, I've forgotten her name.
and like the accident around them is always the thing that changes his life.
Destiny, right?
Yeah, they're always like, I don't know, I just dig that idea that no matter the timeline, no matter, what if,
Yeah.
that true love kind of finds its way. That Wanda and Vision are almost always, even if she's a zombie,
Yeah.
I don't know, something about that kind of speaks to me. It's weird.
Or in some metal infinity suit.
I don't know what you're talking
Anyway,
about.
yeah, I was just thinking out loud here.
Oh, that explains why it looks the way it looks. Because he's basically Ultron anyway.
What are you talking about, bro?
No, making
God
stuff up.
Damn it! Here we go.
Shield arrives,
Isn't
isn't it? right now.
Well, so they party all night essentially.
Yeah,
Even the Grandmaster puts on an amazing show. Release the foam. Foam's everywhere. It's great.
Also, that really is Jeff Goldblum.
It is, yeah. It's fucking great.
And that chick, his Hawaiian or Pacific Islander.
Yeah, the
chick.
security chick and whatnot.
I'm gonna flat out say, first of all, I loved Thor. What is that?
Ragnarok.
I think the best stuff is in that area.
Yeah.
For some reason, that chick has a direct line to my funny bone. I don't know why, but the way she says what she says, the way she's like dressed and acts and stuff, every time she cracks me up. Like it's like I'm watching a stand-up comic. I don't know why, but she kills me.
So yeah, they have the party and everyone passes out the day after, and they're all in some like Las Vegas suite. They all just passed out like the Hangover.
Rockets in the sink.
Yes, with some animal things there.
It's weird.
There. Knocking on the door. Dun 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 dun. Jane Foster, we need you. It's Shield. Jane Foster opens up the door slightly, and it's Robin from How I Met Your Mother. Miranda Hill. And she's got a new haircut. Yeah. And she's all like, I'm acting...
acting chief?
Director. Acting director of S.H.I.E.L.D. I need you to come with me.
I didn't like this. I don't like the reason why she's acting chief.
Yeah. It was very lazy.
Nick Fury gets done so dirty. Now, don't get me wrong. It's almost certainly because Samuel L. Jackson commands a very high price tag.
Shall we say what happened to him first before you come?
Yes.
You're like answering the thing afterwards. So, acting chief, we need you because you're the first person that detected them. It's like, well, why do you need me now? Can't it wait like 5 minutes until like after breakfast maybe? Right. It's like, do you know why I'm acting chief right now? And they cut to what happened to Nick. He tried to go up to Thor and they didn't let him in. Korg decided he wanted to do a massive cannonball into the nearby fountain and just barges Nick out of the way. Apparently he didn't die, but apparently he's in critical condition.
This is the guy, by the way, who faced down in couple episodes ago, faced down a Loki with an Asgardian army and the Tesseract. Didn't like fight him, but kind of went toe to toe with him for a minute and survived. And gets knocked out of the way by a frat boy, basically. That really bugs me. Also, because Nick Fury is a badass. The OG Nick Fury is a badass super soldier. Like think Captain America. Yeah. Like. Or maybe not quite as much as Captain America. By the way, you know he's like 90.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned it before, but I've never...
Yeah, when Cap's like... This is another thing about Cap going back in time is I think he looked like he was 50 by the time he ages to catch up at the end of Endgame. Yeah. Because they just live longer with the super soldier serum. Anyway, it bugs me that Nick Fury gets done so dirty.
It's part of these...
Well, it's because you had Samuel L. Jackson.
It's these what-if shows, man. They have to rush through stuff and they have to cut lots of... They have to not go down certain paths or not use certain characters.
I think it would have been better if Nick had got swept up in the party.
That would have been hilarious.
And been lost.
Yeah.
You know, like, he meets someone that he knew. Like, hey, I thought you were dead. I haven't seen you since Nam. Like, no, come here, try some of this, like, Asgardian mead. Yeah. And then, like, we can't find him. And if that man doesn't want to be found, you can't find him.
Exactly.
You know, I would have done it that way. I'm just saying. Anyway.
So they go, okay, they go back to the helicarrier.
Yes.
And they're discussing things that have to go on. They're like, we need to take out the threat. And it's like, hold on. Do we know he's a threat?
He's a douche, but...
You just suddenly labeled him a threat. Like, what's going on here? It's like, look, you helped identify the alien invasion. You're going to help us try and stop it now. And one of the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents comes in, the Crossbones guy, whatever his name is, comes in. It's like the final
solution or something. I don't think they call it that. But
yeah, it's like the last
resort. Last resort.
The last resort is here, and it's like, whoa, the last resort. It seems a very last thing. Like, you guys, have you tried anything else?
Right, like this guy can be pig-headed and stuff, but like, have we tried talking to him? Have we tried anything else? Right. How we deal with this will affect our relationships for generations to come. Yeah, I have Darcy. She's like.
Diplomatic solution. This kid, it's like, that was not helpful. Yeah, thank you, Darcy.
I, by the way, again, love Darcy. She kills me. And then they click, flip open. Also, it's in a briefcase.
So it's like a weapons case. It's like this.
It's like a pelican case made out of metal, and then inside it's all foam and like a pager.
Yeah,
a pager.
Is that a pager? It's like, my dad's got a pager. My dentist has a pager too. It's like, is this really something? And she goes and takes it. Goes off into the one side of the shot, looks up. Captain Marvel logo. Did it happen? Did I miss something? Did I miss it? What happened? Where is it?
No, it's a pager. I don't know.
No one knows what's going to happen.
By the way,
there.
pages are so old. They were old tech when we were young.
Yeah.
When we were kids, people weren't using pages. And we're old, man.
We old, boy. We old. So what happens next?
What does happen next?
Oh, we go back to Earth. And
Ice
they're
giant
partying.
Loki.
Yes,
Loki
they're partying away,
Laufey-san.
and all you see in the distance is dum dum dum, and a couple of guys coming towards. It's the Frost Giants.
Yeah.
And you look up, and it's Loki.
Loki Laufey-san.
He's tall now, and he's all blue, and he's still got the horns made of ice.
So
but it's Loki.
This is one thing, and we said this when Loki was airing, is that Loki can physically choose who he is.
Yeah.
Like, he can control his body in a way that most things can't. So that's the same Loki that we know. That's still Tom Hiddleston, voicing him, but that's still that same Loki, you know? Which is why I always thought, and I think we said it a few times in Loki, it's really telling that he appears to you, he chooses to look as an Asgardian.
Yeah.
Because he can look any way he wants. He can be any animal he wants, you know, if you know the history. Like, he can be anything, and he chooses to be an Asgardian. That's how he appears, because he's Odin and Frigga's son.
Yeah.
You know? And in this, he's raised by ice giants. He's an ice giant, so of course, he's an ice giant.
Yeah.
Also, how do you feel about the ice horns and not the crown?
It looked cool. I liked it personally.
It looked sick.
It looked very fragile, but it looked good. I liked it.
I also liked it. I thought it looked cool, and also thought it looked very fragile.
Yeah. So that's just gonna that's gonna break. Okay, but I guess you can make another one. I hope it's not like a family heirloom.
Oh God. What does he even say? I think he just starts beefing Thor at me. He's like, Odin's son.
Yeah, they act as if they're like lifelong warriors, against each other, enemies, and then they get close. This guy,
My brother from another mother.
Exactly. Turns out they're still great
brothers.
friends.
Yeah.
They're brothers, exactly like that. And they're about to party, but then they hear a boom in the distance. You go, boom? Did you boom?
No, I didn't boom. I only boom when I'm alone.
Yeah, only boom when I'm alone. What are you talking about? That was good. And then we see a shooting star in the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, Loki, a shooting star. Go on,
Make
wish
a
for
wish.
something. Make a wish. And
Did you wish? Yeah, I did. What did you wish for? I can't tell you that we're in the
I
magic.
couldn't possibly tell you.
I love
It
this
would
as
ruin
well.
the magic.
They're two magic beings, and he's like, I can't tell you. I wished upon a star. That is sacred. If I tell you, it won't work.
It won't work. We won't get the mead we want. Oh, I said it.
Damn it, Loki!
No.
Let me just quickly stop you there. Genuine thing. Are there any of those sorts of things you believe? Like, if a black cat crosses my path, I couldn't care less.
No.
But I do sometimes do the wish on a star thing.
Do you know, there's one thing that I believe, and this is just the dumbest thing. It's not even like a good luck thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that ringing in your ear?
Yeah.
I heard from someone a long time ago that apparently that means someone's talking about you, and that if you say names in your head, and then it stops on that person, that's the person that's talking to you. And I'm like, that's a weird thing. So I've always been like, yeah, Sheps is that motherfucker in it. No, it's not him. All right, it was,
Yeah, but if I don't talk about you too, I would never admit to knowing you.
James, George, this motherfucker. Message him, you fucking.
You need to get a hold of your son because it's direct line to his mum, innit? That boy is talking shit again.
I know. I had the ringing. Julie. Is that her name?
Julie, I think it is Julie.
Yeah.
That's funny because I know a lot of places, a lot of cultures believe like if you sneeze or something, someone's talking about you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try that.
Give it a shot. I don't know if it works, and I'm not even like,
Yeah.
bruv, I believe it. I swear by it or anything like that. It's just I told it and I do it for jokes.
Do you know there's weird things that I believe as well. So we will get back to the show, I swear.
promise.
But like, you know, they say if you break a mirror,
Yes.
you get 7 years of bad luck. But sometimes doing what we sometimes do, you do end up breaking mirrors. I think it's only I do believe you get bad luck, but only if you break a mirror by accident.
Yeah.
If you break a mirror on purpose, it's fine.
As I say, we're demoing a house. Cool, no problem.
Bathrooms, there's always mirrors.
But if it's like, I'm just going to move this over here. Oh, what's that? Ah!
7 years back.
7 years. 7 years, start the clock.
Start the clock!
It's like counting down probation. Anyway, back to What If. Captain Marvel comes down, and she takes a fucking entrance. It's like, like that. Dust blows everywhere.
I do dig the Superman-esque sonic booms and stuff. That's always been a great aesthetic.
Very cool right there.
And she has no chill.
Straight away chooses violence.
First of all, she's the Danvers that we know from the movie.
Yeah.
Which is not the
greatest.
Captain Marvel has never been a very fan favorite hero. And then Cheese Thief's version of her even less of a favorite. And then this one, it looks like it's the exact same stuff. The immediately comes down, she's like, hey, Blondie, like, time to get messed up. And then just starts fighting him.
Starts fighting, gives 2 massive punches. This one's for Fury, bang, bang, so-and-so. And they start punching each other across the world. Yeah. They land Stonehenge in the UK. She knocks one of the pillars. Whoa. But it's stops it. And then everything's okay. Thor comes in and he's about to knock it over. It's like, don't stop! These things are
Oh, no one knows what they are.
No one actually knows what they are, but they're very important stuff. And he knocks it over, and it's like, oh no, your stones fell over. Oh no, your special rocks. Oh no, I'm doing a British.
And then she punches him into like America.
Yeah, it's just another uppercut to the face.
Personally, as like a stylistic choice, I quite dig that the names are on the countries.
Yeah, coming in, right?
I do think it's for Americans.
Because they're like, I don't understand. What part of America did they go to?
Even, I'm not good at geography. I'm not good at geography. But we live in the UK. We've been to Europe a bunch of times. I've been to America. Like, we know the world map. So when you say, oh, like, the boot, it's Italy. Yeah. You know? I think it's for Americans. But I like the stylistic choice. I'm just saying.
I just remember a picture I saw where it's like the world to Americans, and it's just a globe of water, and then America in the middle. Like,
I mean, it's the only place aliens ever come to. So.
Exactly, and aliens. That's all they care about. That's what they care about. Anyway, so they're fighting across the world. After a while, Thor beats her. Gets a Mjolnir and puts it down on her chest, and she can't get up.
And accuses her, while Jonathan is holding her down, of being a party. He says, there's a word here on Midgard for people like you, and we all know what word we were thinking, party pooper.
Yes, Thor, that's the word we were all thinking.
That was perfect timing, because that's exactly how I did it when I was watching the show. I was like, he's going to finally call her a party pooper. God damn it.
Damn it. Anyway, she failed. She goes back to the shield helicarrier, and Miranda's pissed. She's like, "How did you're supposed to be able to punch with the
Nick
force
Fury
of
told me
10...
one of your punches had the force of 10 nuclear blasts."
Yeah.
And she's like,
well, I can't do it here, otherwise I'll destroy all of Earth. Like, what's the point if there's nothing to fucking save, you know? Come on now.
And that is one of the things with Captain Marvel, is that she is incredibly strong, one of the strongest beings in the Marvel Universe. And if she does go, like, one punch all out will put a crater in the planet. Yeah. The fallout won't be worth it. Yeah. You know, if she can get, realistically, if she can get him off planet, she'll beat the fuck out of this version of Thor, let's say.
I was going to say, I wouldn't know, I don't know what the limit is of Thor.
By the time he's like Rune King Thor, he'd go toe to toe, no problems.
Okay.
But like, as he is now, like just party boy Thor, she'd smash him.
Standard. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and while they're having the discussion, Jen gets a phone call from an anonymous number. Picks it up. So I need to take this. Goes into the corner. It's like, oh, it's you, Thor. Thank God for calling me. Oh my God, I missed you. So it's like, did you actually destroy a planet? Did you actually destroy that planet I told you about? It's like, no. It was more of a meteor anyway. It was falling apart. We actually did it a favor.
Everybody got off. Even that goat Jeremy or whatever.
Yeah, it's like even Jeremy the goat.
He got home eventually, but he got home. Like everybody was safe.
I was like, I kind of believe him. I was like, yeah, okay, I believe you. I think, like, you're not a murderer. I don't think.
He's not being malicious about it, and he doesn't care that he destroyed people's homes and stuff. But everybody was safe. They were there to party. That he made it sound like it was that apocalypse in Loki, that trash episode where like it was happening anyway. We went for an awesome party and then got everyone off.
Yeah,
off the rock. Got everyone off the rock before it was destroyed.
That's one hell of a party.
It was more of an ocean by the end, but
we put out the flames.
Oh God!
It was like
buckets, rivers.
All right, I need to go. Okay, all right, love you. I mean, goodbye. What's up,
mate? First of all, Padme's so cute. Second of all, that little like, okay, love you, as like a. Just not like how many times the majority of people that most people call on the phone. I don't know about you. I'm not really a phone guy. Yeah. It's like parents, girlfriend, you know. So of course you're gonna say love you. Yeah. So like love you. Oh, fuck. I just said love you, and we've like barely started dating. The best thing is Thor's like, ha, that's gonna be awkward for her.
Yeah. But Danvers says, okay, I can take him out, but we need to go somewhere remote.
Yeah.
And they start talking about it. Darcy starts suggesting North Dakota or South Dakota.
She can't even tell the difference.
Can't even tell the difference. I mean, no, I don't see a difference either. But they're like, okay, we've got a plan. We could take him somewhere remote.
Like
you
Siberia.
Give him a solid punch with a bit of force, and there'll be no fallout. Be fine.
Yeah, like in the middle of the Siberian wasteland or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you ruin dent a freaking cracked ice river or like flatten a mountain or something, no one's going to care.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like it's the middle of Vegas or something.
Yeah.
So let's take him there. You can beef him out and we'll be ready as well.
Exactly. We do get a little compilation here of what they've been doing as well while they're like discussing plans and things like that. And they are going mad. All of the frost giants are making all these sculptures. They go over to the Mount Rushmore and they add like moustache and horns to all the guys. They're like they're all kinds of madness. All kinds of madness.
What's the Ragnarok guy's name?
Yeah, I don't know. Is he like the devil or something like that?
Yeah, he's like their version of like he's a giant devil dude.
Yeah.
We know his name as well. It's not Mephisto. Anyway, he's like flirting with. He's flirting with
Lady
the
Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
melts an arm off. Oh shit, gotta go. Like does limbo under some power cables and like takes one out and just shuts down all of the west coast. Just goes out, just blacks out like that.
And it's quite fun.
It is quite fun actually. I thought that was cool.
Thor. Then, while he's about to do something cool, he's like, "I'm gonna jump and slide down that pointy thingy." I think is that in Australia?
Yeah,
or somewhere?
it's
like one of
that opera house
thing. And he just about jumps in the air, flies over, and just as he's about to land, boom, gets T-boned by Captain Marvel and gets taken off to an open wasteland area.
I love the reaction of everybody in the bridge, like, "Oh,
okay,
should we continue the party or like?"
Play
right.
Yeah, and he lands right into a mountain, and it's like, hey, I actually felt that this time, okay?
Right.
And Carol Danvers, she's like, look, I tried to warn you.
She calls him Blondie as well. She's as blonde as it comes.
Yeah, I was going to say, glass house. She's all lit up, and she's like, I tried to warn you. I tried to tell you to knock it off. I tried to tell you to go back home, but you wouldn't listen.
I even gave you a warning punch.
Exactly.
Which, by the way, is a massive thing. If Captain Marvel was to punch you, that's like major.
Big deal. All while this is happening, she's like charging up her fist. And in the background, the guys at the helicarrier.
Yeah, Robin is like, arm the nukes.
Arm the nukes.
Wait, what about Danvers? She can take it.
She can take it. Don't worry about it. And they're preparing, and they're counting down like 3, 2, 1 slowly. And she's like getting ready as well. Thor realizes what's coming. He gets his hammer going.
Now, while this is all happening, we cut back to Jane and Darcy.
Yes.
And Darcy, being like the idiot savant that she is, she's like, Pee-wee can't call his mum. What? You know, teenagers, they have a party, things get out of hand, someone calls the parents. It's like, wait. If there's a Thor and a Loki, that means there's an Odin and a Frigga and a Heimdall.
Yes.
Because of course she knows all of Norse mythology.
She happens to know. She's a what scientist was she again?
Astrophysics.
She's an astrophysicist. Okay, of course she would know about Norse mythology.
Well, solid point. I retract my statements. I'm so sorry.
Staining the good name of Jane Foster.
And then they decide to basically just turn the satellite dishes around, invert all the powers. Turn the volume to max, and then she Heimdall.
Straight away, he can hear
nothing.
I was like, oh, I guess it didn't work. Let me try.
It's a cool shot of just Heimdall with those golden eyes.
Yeah. Darcy goes, let me try it. Would the owner of a blue Prius please come to the... Yeah, she gets taken away. Gets taken away to Heimdall, and Heimdall's like going, oh, I need to speak to Frigga.
The weird thing is, like, Heimdall, who seems to have not noticed this entire thing going on, doesn't ask for an explanation. He's just like, yeah, go see Frigga. Who, don't get me wrong, Frigga's a badass. Yeah. She's like the witch that tamed Odin, you know?
Yeah, but this could be like a dark elf pretending to be a hypotheticals. Because, I mean, dark elves, they're terribly dangerous. We, very careful about them. We should be very careful. Goes, okay, go take her over there. She gets teleported over to Frigga's sister's house.
This bugged me, which Jane's here, trying to look out for her kind of maybe boyfriend.
Yeah.
Also, potentially the world stop a nuclear attack even in the middle of Siberia. All this stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, Frigga, I really need your. Ooh, is that wine?
Is that Chardonnay? Is that a variant of, yes?
I feel like maybe now's not the time for Hair of the Dog.
It's like, we didn't get this valuable character point in any of the Thor movies. She's actually a raging alcoholic.
Well, exactly. Why didn't we find out about that?
Now we're
Do you know what it
finding
is?
out.
It's the frickin' the Power Stone cures her of alcoholism.
That's it. That's it.
It's the 10 steps,
The
except it's
ether.
it's the 10 stones. Yeah. Oh God, I hate it so much. Anyway, she's like, "Yo, go handle your son."
Yeah. Your son's doing this, and she holographic projection telephone calls herself.
Breaks up the fight,
in
yeah.
between Carol and Thor.
Yeah. Mother.
And they're all like, "What's going on?"
I do love Crossbones in the helicopter. Like, we're ready. Should we fire the nukes? No, we're okay. We never get to fire the nukes.
He's like, "We never get to do it." Like as a little child just waiting for it.
Right.
She basically says, "What are you doing?" And it's like, "Oh, we're on a cultural exchange."
I'm in my room
Midgard."
studying, and there's like a polar bear walking past.
First he says that, "I'm in my room studying."
Don't tell falsehoods to your mother. Oh, you mean Earth? The locals here call it Earth, not Midgard. We're on a cultural exchange.
Yes.
And we're learning many things. My study group.
Yes.
My study group's here.
And he goes, "Well, I'll be very interested to see what you've been getting up to. I'll have to come there myself. So prepare your syllabus for me to watch." And she's like, "You're coming here?" I was like, "Yes, I will be soon." And she just disappears off into the sky, and he's just like, "Shit. Okay, this is bad."
Danvers, in a typical like cheese thief version, when you make a mess, start from the corners and clean your way out. By the way, she meant in.
Yeah,
if you start at the corners, you're at the outer edge, Danvers.
Start in the corners. Like, if you're going to clean up, start in the corners and work your way out.
What? Also, and he even goes like, it's a sphere, like it's a planet.
Yeah,
he's messed up the planet.
Also, it's like, it's a sphere, though.
Yeah, where they're on the corners.
Yeah.
So he goes back to wherever he left the party.
Yes.
And he's like, the party's over. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. No, wait. You do have to stay here.
You do.
And the party's over. We got to clean up.
And they were like, "Nah, we're not here to clean up. We're just here to party. So see you later. I'm getting out of here." And then he summons the power of the All-Father to tell everyone to stay, please, because he really needs the help.
My mum's coming, and she's like not cool about this at all.
Seriously, guys, seriously.
Although I did like that. It's when he finally gets everyone's attention. It's not like my mum's coming. It's Frigga is coming, and it was like, well, that changes things a lot. Which I feel like they all would have known, but like getting that point across to it's Frigga. She's coming and she's pissed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll clean up the planet. So they take that thing from St. Louis, and they were making as a slingshot and like put it back, and Thor like taps Mount Rushmore and all the ice falls off.
Yeah.
There's some fun stuff.
Little fun stuff like that. And yeah, he straightens everything out. They literally fix everything. He corrects the Leaning Tower of Pizza, because clearly they did that. They must have did that. Nobody would rightfully build something that ridiculous. Right. So they must have done. So he straightens it up, cleans off some graffiti off some wall.
The Stonehenge all lined back up again.
Exactly.
That's the funny thing as well. There's a lot of funny things in this where like get Stonehenge up, covers up graffiti and stuff, and then writes the Leaning Tower, which is like a mistake. You know what I mean? But like, it's a fair enough mistake. He's a tourist.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Right.
He's like, well, this must have been us. And then Frigga arrives. And she sees Thor with a bunch of aliens,
the study group,
sitting down like children on the floor, cross-legged, and is like, and that's to do with so-and-so. This is Midgard.
What do we always say? Learning is magic.
There you go. Good also, kids. Good. Oh, mother, you're here. Oh, you see our study group? Yeah.
If you see what the stuff, so like, he's got 2 chalkboards behind him, and there's a bunch of squiggles, but at one point it's in focus and you can see what's on there. It's like astrophysics. The stuff Jane would look at and be like, man, that's complex.
Yeah.
It's so weird and out of place.
And Frigga's stunned. She's like, oh, so what, you were telling the truth?
Yeah, Mother, you doubted me?
Mother, you doubted that? Oh, just preposterous.
I'm wounded.
I'm absolutely wounded. Anyway, and then we see in the background a streak of light.
Yeah,
and Carol Danvers comes flying in.
Freaking
and we're
Danvers,
like,
she's going to ruin it all.
She's going to ruin it. She's going to bait him out. And she just goes, here's that information on the Earth that you wanted.
Those documentaries you wanted.
All the like history and the culture of the planet and whatnot.
I also put on some PDFs and some documentaries and podcasts. I'll call you next week so we can discuss it.
Yeah, it's like oh, so much information, such a tiny thing, and we're like, oh, this is
the most human Carol Danvers has ever appeared
in the whole MCU.
In the whole MCU, this is the most human, and at this scene, I like her.
This is a hero's trait right here. This is a help
this
out.
Scene, I
could have done other things.
If
but
that was the Danvers that was in the movie,
yeah,
I'd watch the movie.
Yeah,
because this is one of those characters. Like she's at ends. This guy's come. The information she's given at the beginning. These guys have arrived. The last place they were, they destroyed.
Yeah.
He's super powerful because she fights with him.
Yeah.
Right. And then, well, hold on. He's sort of writing his ways, but he's got to maintain the slide with his mum. Okay, well, I'll help out.
Yeah.
And then he has to leave.
Proper good guy thing to do.
I like these 3 seconds of Carol Danvers.
Everything else just completely different. Hopefully in the next movie they change her to be more like
God,
this.
are they actually making another one?
They're making a Ms. Marvel, which is... No, The Marvels. It's where it's Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, and someone else as well.
Ms. Marvel's not a very popular character.
I know.
Neither was
I've
Captain
never heard
Marvel.
of her, to be honest. I only heard of her from the game, sorry, but...
She's also not... She wasn't very popular before that, and it was even less popular because of it.
Hey, if they can make a character popular, that'd be great.
Iron Man,
I don't know.
Iron Man wasn't a very popular character before, so... But you got to get your RDJ.
That's true.
And you got to not have your Carol Danvers just beat up people because she doesn't like them.
Yeah, that's
as one of the most powerful... As someone that can go up toe-to-toe against Galactus and the Silver Surfer and shit, maybe you don't just beef someone out because he's a douchebag. Your punch has the power of 10 nuclear bombs? Guy's a douche. Just call him a douche and go.
Yeah. So yeah, everything's done. Fucking Thor, you managed to get away with it. Good guy. And he goes and calls Mew Mew, Jonathan.
That's right.
He goes and calls it, and it's covered in beads, graffiti, all from the party, like stickers all over it.
That's the best bit.
It's like, and then Mother's like,
everybody maintains the lie, and Jonathan rats him out.
God damn it, Jonathan. Oh, God damn it.
The real question is, what did Jonathan get up to in New Orleans with those beads?
That's the thing. We know what those beads mean, and Jonathan's just there, just like, yo, put beads on me. Woohoo!
He's got beads on him. He's got graffiti. It looks like, is that like one of those? It's either someone's underwear or like one of those wedding veils. So Jonathan's getting up to some stuff.
There you go. We then cut to one of the final scenes, where Thor goes up to Jane's RV and knocks on the door and is attempting to ask her out.
Yeah.
Very bad at it. And he manages to stumble his way through, however, because they are destined to be together, and it's beautiful.
Oh no! So he asks her a thing, and she's like, "No," and he goes, "Well, I thought we had something here. I really like you, and I thought we had something. Like, why won't you see me?" And she's like, "Well, why? If you like me, why don't you ask me on a date?" He's like, Jane Foster, it would be my honor to take you on a date. And before you say anything, I know our whole planet of unicorns.
Full of unicorns.
Even the waiters are unicorns.
Even the waiters.
That cracked my chick up, by the way. She cracked up at that. And then she agrees, pick me up at 8.
Yeah.
She goes back into the RV to get her Sunday best,
I guess.
Thor walks off, the Watcher, and thus ends another What If. And this one ends well.
Very well. Except
a portal opens right there.
A portal opens up and some dark robots with some red lights appear, and they start walking out. And then in the background, another type of robot looks kind of goldish and has light up colored stones on his chest.
Yes.
Very reminiscent of the Infinity Gauntlet. Yes. And then the close up on the face opens up and it's Vision.
Who? Do you mean the Vision?
The Vision, my apologies.
Oh, the Vision.
The Vision. The Vision is inside with red eyes. Still with his Mind Stone, though. I don't know. I didn't count how many stones were on his chest or whatever. But it's the Vision.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to hate these endings.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because they don't explain anything, and that's the whole point of this What If thing.
Also, the time's all out of whack here.
Yeah.
Because the
How did Vision get made if
the Vision has to come in after all of the Avengers are together. Thor hasn't met any of them yet.
Yeah.
Tony makes Ultron to save the world. It goes wrong. The whole thing has to happen.
Thor's the one that powers the cradle that makes Vision in the first place.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I'm starting to kind of not like it.
And the thing is as well, I mean, I'd be okay with how it worked out, whatever, but the whole point of these shows is that you explain how this new alternate timeline came about.
Right.
And then at the end, you see such a huge thing.
Right.
A huge thing that dwarfs everything that happened in the episode.
Like zombie Thanos.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's like, oh, this is a cool... And
Also,
we're never going to get to hear of it again.
We know there's more coming, right? Because this is the first time Thor comes to Midgard. We know that from Thor coming to Midgard, we get 3 movies, we get all these Iron Man movies, Avengers Civil War,
Yeah.
Infinity War, Endgame. Like, we know there's more there. You don't have to remind... It's just a different version of one of these things. We don't have to constantly be reminded that, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
there's this big bad... We know. And just making a vision that doesn't make sense, or is it a vision from a different timeline? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's weird.
Yeah. Anyway, that is the end of the episode, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. We do have some comments to read out from our loyal bros who watch us each and every week over here on the FPM. You guys get to write in by clicking the link in the description, heading over to our Discord server and writing in one of our channels. Or if you follow us on Patreon, you can have your comments read out first before everyone else because you're a loyal patron right there.
Yes, indeed.
I'm going to kick it off with Alfie, the Orange Cabbage. And he wrote in and he said, mediocre episode. That's the review. And
That's
everyone,
it. That's the tweet.
everyone wrote in with reactions underneath saying mid.
Mid. Yeah.
Midgard, you know.
5 picks. I love how he changed his name to get us to stop that. It's never going to happen.
Never going to change, mate.
Straight off the bat, this seems like a good twist. Thor's going to be a dickhead? I forgot he writes live.
Yeah.
Feels likely because there's a new Thor in town.
Ah, you son of a bitch.
So-
You son of a bitch.
This is why you need to follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Some of these characters being at the party doesn't make sense to me. I'll use Howard the Duck as an example. He was locked up in the Collector's Place, as seen in episode 2. Ice Giant Loki variant, it was teased in Loki, but now we see it. So that's not a variant.
Yeah, it's actually just
That's
him.
the same Loki that we know. It's just he can control how he looks. If he's raised by ice giants, he looks like an ice giant.
Yeah.
If that's who he considers his family. Oh, Thor's in trouble. Wait, so she's just letting him off the hook? He almost destroyed the planet. Overall, pretty good episode. 8 out of 10. P.S. Eddie, stop crying in DMs.
He's taunting me. He's done something and he won't tell me what it is, and I'm like, what is it?
Why won't you tell me?
I can't take the suspense. I can't take it. It's worse than the actual thing. Diog Bro writes in and he says, that was a lot of silly, dumb fun.
Yeah.
The moment that Loki showed up as well, Captain Marvel ruining shit, is when I started to enjoy it a bit more. The fight between them two was cool, and at times it felt somewhat anime, which is dumb.
It says which he likes because he's a man of fine and distinguished tastes. By the way, with enough bullying, Anime Club, we would bring it here to the FPN. So, and he hates it.
Do you want to see me in pain? Actually, they do that
Yes,
to
they
James
do.
regularly. That's not...
So Anime Club, I'm an anime connoisseur. He is a savage that has no... And you've been shown some fine anime as well, so...
Anime was good right up until they finished Yu-Gi-Oh! And then it just went all downhill after that.
Wow,
all
bruv.
downhill after that.
You're saying
there
Yu-Gi-Oh!
There was no big-ass anime titties and stuff like that before. I was totally fine with Misty. I was totally fine with Nurse Joy, with what's the police officer's name
Officer
again?
Jenny.
Officer Jenny. Those were great.
Those are in English. You're terrible with names, but those are in English. Come on. Let me ask you a real question, because you did bring up Yu-Gi-Oh! Have I shown you there's a very cursed part of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dub that is 100% real, went out on TV? Maybe, please, I beg you, can we do a react to this?
We can.
Because you haven't seen it, I'm guessing.
I don't think I have, no. I don't think I have.
But they voiced one of the animals in a very unusual way, one of the summons, and it's 100% real. It really went out on air.
Okay, I'm interested now.
So I think hopefully we'll get that. That will go up on one of our channels, maybe.
Hopefully.
Anyway.
So continuing Diog Bro's comment, he says, Ultron with Vision's body and the Infinity Stones? I was right that I was Ultron in Vision's body. What? I could be wrong, but I think maybe this is an Ultron from another universe and slash timeline where he won and was trying to rule the rest. So maybe that's how we'll get a crossover with the characters seen so far, as they need to defend their realities from the superior Ultron. I'm hyped if the next 2 episodes are two-parter finale story. There's 3 episodes left, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think there's 3.
Yeah.
Also,
but that would be, if they do that, that'd be great, because I don't. Not that I don't like the single things, just like throwaway stuff like that, but
a few of these could have been 2 parts and really benefited from it. The zombie one would have been better as a 2-part. It wouldn't have been so rushed. There's a bunch that would have been better. I did forget, though, that it wasn't always going to be Vision in that body. It could have been Ultron. That's why he came back with the Ultron.
It was being made for Ultron, wasn't it?
Or whatever. So, you know, maybe. Alpha Aquila says, this was a nice and fun episode. Who was that beach sunbather that Captain Marvel and Thor flew over?
Oh, shit, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. There was somebody who flew over?
Yeah, so when they're fighting, they go over like Bermuda or something. There's a beach. I thought it was just a person on a beach, and the point was that they're flying overhead.
Do you know who it probably was?
Val, but don't call me Val.
No, it was probably... There was one episode where Lex Luthor in Smallville crash landed his plane after he got married to a woman who betrayed him and stabbed him in the back.
Right.
And he was on there and he got malaria. He got really cool episode. He would vision a lot of things. I think it might have been him or not.
I mean, maybe yes or no as well.
Yeah, I think it was like season 3, season 4, maybe episode 2.
Only a wrong universe, and by universe I mean utter existence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, cause
hey, the multiverse has been confirmed. Still different, but
it felt quite out of place. Maybe it's just me. I'd like to know more, since to know if that's someone that we know. Was that Ultron or Vision with the Infinity Stones at the end? Looked like Vision when it opened. What looked to be an Ultron head. Oh yeah, it was like an Iron Man Ultron that, and inside's the Vision.
Imagine being made of vibranium and making yourself an Iron Man outfit. Weird.
Also, this is maybe a stupid question.
Actually, it's the thing to hold the Infinity Stones, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like his Infinity Glove. But here's the question: he's powered by one of the Infinity Stones.
Solid point.
And also, can a robot use the Infinity Stones? Do you know what I mean? Like, for some reason, I feel like. A robot powered by one of the stones, can it use the rest of the stones? And when they're used, they kind of like Dragon Ball separate, don't they?
This is like the Mew Mew question. It's like if you put Mjolnir in an elevator and the elevator goes up, is the elevator worthy?
The elevator goes up.
No, but is the elevator worthy?
No.
Well, there you go.
The elevator doesn't lift Jonathan.
Well, but technically, that's what they're saying. That's the argument, isn't it? You know, is it
because Thor can ride them
in Ultron? He says that they're arguing about it. They're like, it's like, yeah, but if you put the Mjolnir in an elevator's not worthy. Is then this is a funny joke. So.
I feel like the elevator can lift it. I'm just saying. Also, why did they never show that? That's the one thing we needed in the MCU, and they never showed it. So, where were we? Cool to see the Watcher doesn't know everything, as he was surprised at the end.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. That
I think, like, the Watcher's job, he doesn't know everything. He just watches. He sees all of the things play out, right?
That must be it. That must be it. Especially because that makes a bit more sense. That makes a bit more sense.
Right.
Yeah, I think he just sees every reality, every universe, every possibility playing out in real time.
Yeah,
and that's his thing. Okay, Cobra SS67 writes in. He says, "Really like this episode. The overt stupidness was refreshing and really worked. All the little cameos and Hemsworth delivery was top. Lovely. I like that a lot."
I don't know if I like this episode or not. Like, it's definitely more than mid for me.
Yeah, more than mid.
Because we've had I thought some really bad episodes, but it's nowhere near the Strange episode. It's nowhere near the Hank Pym is the bad guy episode.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Weird one. Odd one.
It's
a lot of fun stuff in it. But like, it ends on. I hated the ending with the Ultron / Vision.
Tell us more about that.
Right.
That's such a big thing.
T. And in brackets, bottom tier. Interesting.
He's bottom tier T.
That's it. I liked it. It was kind of mid at the same time. Yeah, see, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, strange.
Nice to see Party Mama's boy Thor and Ice Loki, and I'm guessing, and hold on, and Ice Loki, and I'm guessing is from another universe where he just kicked ass at the same time we were watching Thor being a dick. What? But we finally get to the part where I was waiting for Ultron with Infinity Stones and his old body as in armor. Also, Darcy married a duck.
Yeah, she did marry a duck.
Yeah. Oh, look who came waddling back. Mrs. the Duck.
Mrs. the Duck.
Also, just to round out these comments, Adam says, there's a new Thor in town in this episode. And he's correct. Well done, Adam. Well done.
I'm looking for something I can end my life with. What? Something that's going to be quick. Something. God damn it.
Get that Leviathan axe.
Ah, we should just...
It's not working.
I can't do it when you're watching.
You got performance anxiety now, yeah?
It's not going to work, guys. I'm sorry. You're all watching. It's not going to work. Guys, thank you so much for writing in for another episode of Streamcast.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. We'll see you next week for the penultimate, not the penultimate,
no,
eighth, the penultimate to the penultimate episode of the Streamcast.
The pre-penultimate episode.
Pre-penultimate, that's a good way of doing it. Episode of What If.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys all in the next one.
I'll catch you in the next one.
Catch you in the next one. And 20 minutes of black screen.
Are you going to include that, yeah?
I don't know if I should. Is it like when it's a mistake? It's like
it's funny.
That's
you
know,
it's
you
funny.
guys they're messed up. Putting it on purpose. It's like I think we're testing the limits of people.
Yeah, we're pushing the limits.
We're not that loved, okay? People put up with us.